Gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into a topic that's sure to resonate with many of you. How to tell if she's seeing someone else. We're talking about those subtle, often overlooked signs that many men miss. Look, relationships are built on trust, but trust without discernment is a recipe for disaster. You've got to be able to read between the lines to see the signs to protect yourself. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to equip you with the knowledge you need to recognize the 5 hidden signs that she might be giving her attention to someone else. Remember, knowledge is power. Let's get started. Number 1, she's suddenly guarding her phone like it's Fort Knox. You know, the kind of grip that says, "Don't even think about looking at my screen." It's not just a casual hold anymore, it's like her phone has become her most prized possession overnight. Now everyone's entitled to their privacy, I get it. We all have things we want to keep to ourselves, messages from friends, silly memes, or even work emails. But when her phone habits change drastically, it's a red flag you can't ignore. Suddenly she's jumpy, checking her phone every few minutes, and her whole vibe shifts whenever a notification pops up. Think about it. She used to leave her phone lying around, no big deal. It would be on the kitchen counter, the coffee table, or even in another room while she was busy. She never seemed to care who saw it, or if you picked it up to check the time. Now it's glued to her hand, face down, password changed. She's suddenly super protective, making sure the screen is never visible to you. Maybe she's even set up a new lock screen or started using fingerprint or Face ID just to keep you out. She flinches when you get too close while she's texting. It's like she's worried you'll catch a glimpse of something you're not supposed to see. She might even angle her body away from you or quickly lock her phone the second you walk by. And let's not forget those mysterious phone calls she rushes to take in another room. Suddenly, every call is private or work-related, and she can't talk in front of you. She might even lower her voice or close the door behind her. Come on, man, you know something's up. Trust your gut, these aren't just random changes. When someone's behavior shifts this much, it's usually for a reason. This behavior screams, "I've got something to hide," and 9 times out of 10, that something is another man. It's not about being paranoid, it's about noticing when things just don't add up. Pay attention to these digital red flags. Don't be naive. If you see these signs, it's time to have an honest conversation and figure out what's really going on before things get worse. Sign number 2 that she might be seeing someone else. Her interest in intimacy has taken a nosedive. This isn't just about the physical side of your relationship, but a much deeper shift that you can feel in the air between you. Maybe you've noticed that she's pulling away, and the warmth that once filled your home has started to fade. There's a noticeable decline in intimacy, and it's not just about sex, it's about the little things, those small gestures that used to make you feel close and connected. I'm not just talking about sex, gentlemen. I'm talking about the way she used to reach for your hand, the way she'd lean into you during a movie, or the way she'd smile at you from across the room. Affection, physical touch, and emotional connection, these are the real building blocks of intimacy. When those start to disappear, it's a sign that something deeper is going on. The things that used to come naturally in your relationship are now few and far between. Conversations feel forced, and the laughter you once shared is replaced by awkward silence. She's distant, withdrawn, almost like she's physically present but mentally checked out. You might catch her lost in thought, barely responding when you try to connect. Those cuddles on the couch? Gone. The comfort of her head on your shoulder, the way she'd snuggle up to you after a long day, now it feels like you're sitting worlds apart, even when you're right next to each other. Those spontaneous kisses, a distant memory. You lean in, hoping for a spark, but she turns away, or gives you a quick peck that feels more like a formality than a genuine sign of affection. And when you try to initiate intimacy, she's always tired, not in the mood, or comes up with some other excuse. It's as if she's putting up a wall, and no matter what you do, you can't seem to break through. Look, a woman's intimacy is valuable, and she invests it where her heart is. If she's suddenly more interested in her phone than in spending time with you, that's a red flag you can't ignore. If she's not investing in you, you better believe she's investing it elsewhere. When her attention, affection, and energy are no longer directed at you, it's time to ask yourself why, and whether someone else has taken your place in her heart. The third sign she might be seeing someone else is a sudden and dramatic shift in her availability. Out of nowhere, she's busier than a Fortune 500 CEO, juggling calls, meetings, and endless to-do lists. Her calendar is overflowing with new commitments, work projects, late-night office meetings, and social events you never heard about before. Suddenly, she's packing for spontaneous weekend trips with her friends, or so she says, and you're rarely invited to join. Of course, everyone deserves their own space, and personal growth is important. A healthy social life is a good thing. But when your partner is constantly unavailable, always too busy to return your calls or texts, it's hard not to wonder what's really going on. If you find yourself waiting by the phone or sitting alone at dinner while she cancels last minute, those alarm bells should be ringing loud and clear. There's a big difference between being genuinely busy and being completely inaccessible to the person you're supposed to care about. If she's always tied up, never has time for you, and you're left feeling like an afterthought, it's time to take notice. Pay close attention to how she talks about these new commitments. Is she vague about where she's going or who she's with? Does she dodge your questions or change the subject? If she avoids giving you details or seems nervous when you ask, that's a red flag you shouldn't ignore. You might even notice her hiding her phone, closing her laptop quickly, or acting secretive when you walk into the room. These are classic signs she's trying to keep her tracks covered. Don't be afraid to ask direct questions and expect honest answers. If she truly values your relationship, she'll want to reassure you, not keep you in the dark. Sign number 4 that she's checked out of the relationship. She's picking fights over the smallest, most insignificant things. The laundry isn't folded right. You forgot to buy her favorite almond milk. You breathe too loudly. Everything you do seems to set her off. Now, some women are just naturally more high maintenance, I'll grant you that, but if her fuse has gotten noticeably shorter and she's constantly looking for a reason to argue, there's a deeper issue at play. Often this is a subconscious way for her to create distance and justify her emotional withdrawal. She's creating drama to make it easier to walk away. The 5th and final sign she might be seeing someone else, a sudden and drastic change in her appearance. Now, it's normal for women to switch up their look from time to time, but we're not talking about a new haircut here. We're talking about a complete transformation. New wardrobe, new makeup routine, hitting the gym religiously. And here's the kicker, she's putting in all this effort when she's going out without you. Ask yourself, who is she trying to impress? Who is she getting dolled up for? A woman who's invested in her relationship wants to look good for her man. A woman who's looking elsewhere wants to attract someone new. There you have it, gentlemen. 5 hidden signs that she might be seeing someone else. Remember, these are just potential red flags, not guarantees. But if you're seeing several of these signs in your relationship, it's time to have a serious conversation with your woman. Don't be afraid to address the elephant in the room. If you found this video insightful, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more raw, honest advice on relationships and self-improvement. Until next time, gentlemen.